So this is the Electrical and Computer Engineering Graduate Program Information webinar. Um, so welcome everyone, and my name is JB Lee. I am the Associate Department Head for the Graduate Program. Um, and we are going to just taking probably like the 45-minute-ish for presentation, and then we'll have the live Q&A from our prospective students. So before we proceed, please keep your microphone on mute mode, and you can download the slide, download this slide and FAQ. Posted in the chat box. I will post it soon. And for those who did not send us RSVP in the web form, please write to us your name and email address in the chat box so we have your record, and send more information in the future as needed. So give me just a second. So let's see. Oops, I'm sorry. Second. So please write your email address and name, full name, no abbreviation, please. And email address, please please write your personal email address, not UTD email address, so that we can have a record and we can contact you. Okay. And if you have any questions, feel free to type your questions in the chat box, and your question will be answered live. Or if we cannot answer live, then we will follow up after the webinar by personal email address. So we will provide the most of the common questions in the presentation, but just in case your question is not answered, then you can just write in the chat box. So here is the agenda for today's webinar. And we will have the welcome remarks from Professor Dinesh Bhatia. Professor Bhatia is the department co-interim head, along with Professor Rajanda Henderson, and Professor Bhatia will be here. And it will be followed by graduate student life and career after graduation presentation. Three speakers are here. Mr. Shashank Satish, he graduated, sorry, he graduated from our master's in computer engineering program 2021, and he is working at Amazon Web Services as a software development engineer. So he's here. And Mr. Mayank Singhal, he is current student in our master's in electrical engineering program. He is going to graduate in this semester by May 2023. He already got a job offer from Apple, and he will share his story. Mayank is also working as a graduate student worker in our office. So he's here, and he is the one who answers most of the questions in the chat box live. Mr. Faisal Hassan also graciously joined with us. He is a current student in Master's in Electrical Engineering. So he will be graduating soon as well. He is an associate engineer at T-Mobile. And Faisal actually graduated from UTD bachelor's program here, and he got a position at T-Mobile, and he's working, and at the same time he's doing his master's degree. So he will be completed his master's degree soon. So we have these three speakers. So you can hear their personal stories. And then I will give a presentation about the introduction to ECE Graduate Program, and it will be followed by live Q&A. Okay. So, Dinesh, are you here?
I am here.
Okay. So we have Professor Dinesh Bhatia. He is co-interim department head, and he will give a welcome remark. Dinesh?
Thank you, Professor Lee. Welcome to everyone. Good morning to everyone from Texas. Uh, Good afternoon if you are somewhere in the mid zone, and good evening. I see a lot of names that look very familiar. So looks like there are a lot of students from India and Southeast. Um, I and I believe it is getting close to the night in China. So wonderful day to each and every one of you. My name is Dinesh Bhatia. I serve as interim co-department head for electrical and computer engineering. And I just want to say a few words before Professor Lee gets on with the rest of the program. The Electrical and Computer Engineering program at UTD is very rapidly transforming. So sometimes what you see on the website and definitely on the catalog is probably not the clear reflection of what may be there when you arrive here. So I just want to briefly start with some of the very exciting changes that are happening at the moment. And then certainly, uh, when question and answer session comes in, we will be happy to answer most of the questions that you may have. I will start with MSEE Electrical Engineering degree program. We do have 5 concentrations, namely the circuits, devices, signals and systems, power, energy, and computing. So these 5 concentrations provide wide areas of study, but there is something that we have been observing that across all the 5 areas, both the use of machine learning and AI techniques in research as well as education is on a rapid rise. So we are starting and we are working on a plan for offering a cross-cutting AI and ML curriculum in MSEE, which will be available for all the students. And this is something that is happening now, probably will not show up in the catalog soon, but it will be there when most of you arrive. That is one. Second, for those of you who may be interested in areas which are more related to semiconductor devices design, this is an exciting time in both Texas and US, primarily because of a large investment on reviving the semiconductor industry. And our graduate programs are going to reflect some of the changes and the needs of the industry in support of what is called as Chips for America initiative from the federal government. And then the most important change that I really would like to highlight is that we have completely restructured our MS Computer Engineering program, which is jointly offered between the Electrical Engineering and Computer Science department. So Computer Science is a different department and ECE is a different department. This program is going to be highly flexible. It is now geared and more catered towards what industry really demands. It also has 2 new concentrations that are available for students if they opt for. Namely, one is AI and machine learning, and the second one is what is called as the VLSI and embedded systems. And clearly, there's an option for what would be called as a freely rolling Masters of Science in Computer Engineering, which provides maximum flexibility in an area which is considered to be the fastest growing area in the US. So those are some of the academic changes. Other than that, I just quickly want to mention just like most of you who are considering UTD, long time ago, I had the opportunity to do the same thing and I chose UTD. I am a UTD alum. I did my PhD long time ago, and after a career in some other universities, I am back as a faculty member. This is one of the fastest growing universities in the United States. North Texas and Dallas-Fort Worth region provides some of the most exciting and what I would call as most diverse cosmopolitan style lifestyle in the US. And The North Texas region is slated to surpass and become the third largest metroplex area in the United States in near future. So you get the advantage of being with one of the top universities in a metroplex, which is highly diverse and is surrounded by some of the big names, companies like the Texas Instruments, Fujitsu, Ericsson, and so on. Uh, so with opportunities that are there in front of you, the exciting education program that is available at UTD, and especially the kind of life you will enjoy when and when you are here at UTD, I really feel that UTD will offer you one of the best educational opportunities. With that, thank you, welcome again, and I hope you will consider UTD as one of your preferred destinations for academics. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Professor Bhatia. As Dinesh said, he is a proud UTD alum. He was long-time faculty member at University of Cincinnati before he comes back to our campus as a faculty. So very distinguished career he has. All right, so we'll move on to next stage, that graduate student life at UTD and careers after graduation. So we have three speakers, Mr. Shashank Satish, Mr. Mayank Singhal, and Mr. Faisal Hassan. Shashank, are you here?
Yes, Professor.
Okay, so here we go.
Thanks, Professor Lee. Hello all. My name is Shashank, and I work at Amazon Web Services as a software development engineer. So I'm going to give you all a brief about my journey into Amazon and how UTD helped me in the way. Um, so to start with, I had my bachelor's in electronics and communication engineering in India, and I graduated in 2018. Soon after that, I was looking for to do my master's. That's when I got an opportunity to start my master's journey at UT Dallas. Um, I started my master's in computer engineering in the year 2019, and I graduated from the master's program in 2021. Soon after that, I joined Amazon Web Services in the computer vision team. I started in 2022. Next slide, Professor. Cool. This section I've divided into two parts. The first one is why I chose UT Dallas and my experience after coming to UT Dallas. Before choosing my university, I had a couple of criteria on what my university should offer and other things. The first and the foremost was the scholarship opportunities at the university. This not limiting to just the TARA opportunities, but also other scholarship opportunities. And the second one I was keen on was the alumni network. This included how the current students are experiencing the university life, how the alums, uh, where are they currently working, and things like that. So I use this LinkedIn tool for finding what the students are doing, the alums are doing, and I connected with a lot of them to kind of understand about the university. And the third one was the academic experience and the campus life, how vibrant it is, how included it is, and other things like that, and how busy the campus is. Um, and the last one, I would say, is the job opportunities. What are the students doing after the masters, and how UTD is helping them with the job search and things like that. And of course, finally, the weather. Texas has a very good weather when you come from a tropical country. So now, after coming to UTD, it was a different experience altogether. So the very first day, I was very included. There were airport pickups wherein the university organizations would arrange pickups and take you from the airport to wherever you want to take you to. Uh, and there were many such organizations like Graduate Student Assembly for graduate students. Then there was Indian Student Association for Indian students, and a lot more associations actually. Uh, and my second experience, my great experience, was I did work as a student assistant at the Department of ECE. which taught me a lot of things. Especially, I would say it taught me how to manage time, and which really helped me in my job search long way. And the next one was the Johnson School of Scholarship, popularly known as ECS Scholarship. So this scholarship was $1,000 scholarship that was offered to me. It was a merit-based scholarship, and the advantage of the scholarship is once you get the scholarship, you immediately become an in-state tuition member, I would say. So which was really good because coming from an international country, paying the out-of-state tuition, and once you get this scholarship, your fee becomes in-state. And finally, with the career services, they really helped me in conducting mock interviews for my job search. When I had some interviews, I used to go to the career services, get some mock interviews, mainly for behavioral rounds. And the last one was the resume review, wherein a professional consultant would sit along with you and kind of review your resume. Next slide, Professor. Yes, and this is my journey into AWS. So I've divided this into two phases. The first one is my job search phase, wherein I was a student at UTD and kind of applying for jobs and other strategies that I had. And second one was working at Amazon. First one is as usual, I applied online to various companies on over LinkedIn and other job portals. And also I connected with a lot of alums, friends and recruiters online through LinkedIn. Um, so I did get a lot of help from my friends and alums, referring me to a couple of jobs and helping me with some tips and suggestions on how to crack the interviews. And the next thing that I had was Career Fair, which was organized by UT Dallas. Um, I had this memorable experience of interviewing with Samsung back then, um, which was a great thing because I interviewed with one of the R&D teams at Samsung. So this was again the career fair had Samsung in it, and finally Handshake, which is kind of university LinkedIn, if you say so. So basically, Handshake is where you update all your details, your everything that's related to what is done in your resume. You put that in Handshake, and this is exclusively for the students. Um, so actually, fun fact was when I was with Amazon, when I was looking for my job, that's where a recruiter from Amazon looked at my Handshake and reached out to me. So fun fact was I would say my job was because of Handshake. Um, and with Amazon, I work for computer vision domain, which is a niche field of AI. I work specifically in facial recognition. I design end-to-end software systems pipelines to serve our customers in by adding a couple of features and functionalities and things like that. So yeah, so you can contact me. I have attached my LinkedIn handle there. So if you have any questions, you can contact me. I would be happy to help. Thanks a lot, Professor.
Thank you so much, Shashank. So the as Shashank said, the this underlined LinkedIn has direct connection to Shashank's LinkedIn profile, and you can connect with him. There are many underlined texts in this slide set. It is all linkable, openable to another web form or web pages or something like that. So it may be very useful for you. So once again, we'll provide this slide set if you did not receive. So please be sure to write your full name and personal email address, and we'll send you. All right. So next speaker is Mayank Singhal. Mayank, can you share your
Hi,
story?
Professor. Yeah. First of all, sorry, I have exam today, so I was not able to make any slides. But yeah, I can share my journey till now. and how I got a job offer from Apple last semester, how UTD helped me reach there. So I would like to share my journey. I would like to begin with sharing that I started my UTD journey in fall 21, and I started. Uh, Actually, I was set to start my UTD journey in fall 20, but I had to defer because of COVID pandemic, and I eventually started my journey in fall 21. And I was confused between, so I did my bachelor's in electronics and communication engineering, and at that point in life, I didn't hold any prior experience, and I was kind of deviating as most of you would be deviating. I know this is a struggle. So I was kind of deviating into switching into computer science side and or pursuing my electrical journey. But at that time, I actually tried to talk to many seniors and ask about the opportunities in both the areas, and finally decided to completely follow the electrical path. And I started my electrical journey at UTD by majoring in computing systems, which is the electrical major. And further, after 2 long semesters and all the digital courses, I was able to get a first step in the industry with the help of an internship here in US, which really gave me an experience as to how what industry demands and how the coursework at UTD really helps you get all the basics and all the things that are needed for you to prepare for the industry. So all the projects that I did in my first 2 semesters here at UTD and all those courses were directly linked, and all those things that I learned from Linux shell commands to all the softwares that we were made to use actually were directly applied when I went to the industry and did my first internship. So that was a really smooth process for me. And finally, when I was done with my internship in summer of 22, I started applying for full-time positions in the previous semester, which is fall 22, and started my journey for interviewing for full-time roles. So luckily, I got contacted by a recruiter at Apple, and they were very professional with their entire process of recruiting and interviewing, and they had dedicated people for me to guide me through the entire recruiting process. They were helpful in making shortlisting teams based on my profile and also based on my resume and my experience. So finally, I got my resume got selected inside Apple for 4 different teams, and then I was able to crack the interview, the first round with one of the teams, and finally went on to interview for the final round. And the final round was an 8 hour long round in which all the things that were taught in class here at UTD, all my class notes, and also, of course, a bit help from the seniors who have already cracked these type of interviews, really helped me a lot. So they actually made it clear that you can ask or demand for as much time as you want, and they actually helped me a lot throughout the process. So interviewing here after coming here, as many of you would be, I was also very nervous at first, and knowing that it's a big company like Apple, I would just like to say that here, after talking to people in industry, I can vouch that you can actually ask for anything, and everyone is there to make you comfortable. Also, speaking about university resources that really helped me throughout my journey are like the resume help that you get from Career Center and also mock interviews that they conduct for you. So all these things, when you come at UTD, when you make the decision, do take advantage of all these things. You can talk to your professors directly about your problems. There's no hiccup in that kind of thing. So just be sure to openly speak and put out the word, because if you don't, if you don't share what you're going through, it would be difficult for you. As I have seen my peers getting into that, do not make assumptions when you come into US, and come with an open mind, and uh, like with the possibilities that you imagine. So I didn't prepare that much. I would like to give a speech late at a later time, but today is my exam in 1 hour, so you can imagine. So this is from me. Hope to see you all soon in campus and talk in person. I'll do it, attach my LinkedIn, and you can text me there. Thank you. Thank you, Professor, for giving me this opportunity.
Thanks a lot, Mayank. Um, finish your all courses strong and be happy to join with Apple. You know, so uh, so thank you so much, Mayank. Okay.
Thank you, Professor.
So next speaker is Mr. Faisal Hassan. Faisal, are you here?
Hello, good morning. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes. It's good to see everyone. Good morning, and it's so good to see everyone together. And I'm very excited to share my UTD and academic journey with you all. So I started my UTD journey as an undergrad student, and currently I'm a graduate student majoring in electrical engineering with a focus in circuits. UTD has a top electrical and computer science program, and it makes me very excited to learn more about the modern technologies used in the industry and in research. So I also work with the distinguished engineering research teams here regarding the testing and characterization of devices. So the research team and the whole environment here, UTD is very friendly, very open. It's like a family where you get to learn, and it's very competitive too. So it's very interesting. And then the UT Dallas is a top ranked program in the nation, which is backed by world class facilities, faculty, and the research. The community here is very diverse and welcoming, and there are many wonderful student organizations to be part of, like ACM, IEEE, and many of the cultural and multicultural associations. And also these student organizations, they have their own fairs where they will also provide workshops and help with the whole academic and career search process too, which is very, very helpful for us. And the Dallas area is also known for the strong hub of big tech companies, thus making UTD as a college even more exciting. And many of these companies are very close to campus, so you can also work full time and also take classes, which is very helpful and very interesting. So for me, the coursework and the research at UTD prepared me very well for the engineering internship and the full-time job at T-Mobile. So what happened was that when I took the classes, some of the telecom classes and the wireless communication classes, those helped very well with the interview and the application process. And at T-Mobile, I'm part of the small cells engineering team, and I work as a systems design engineer. So I work with the radio and the network teams to improve the 4G and the 5G coverage throughout the nations. And we also look at the performance of the devices in the radio so that we can continue improving and providing more areas with the best services. And UTD students overall and many of my classmates have had the opportunity to work with amazing tech companies like AT&T, T-Mobile, Texas Instruments, Corvo, Toyota, and many more. And most of these are pretty close to campus. And also the curriculum here provides you with the resources to excel at some of the companies like Apple, Intel, and many more. So it's extremely helpful. So my experience here has been extremely positive and fulfilling so far, and I'm pretty sure the prospective students and comments will also benefit greatly from the wonderful resources UTD has to offer. And there are so many opportunities with the career services team and the faculty. They provide really good guidance to help us succeed in the jobs and academic work line also. So this has been very good.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
everyone.
Faisal. Really, really appreciate it. Um, so as the Faisal said, Shashank and Mayank mentions about the courseworks and how it is directly related to their experience in the job search and things like that and internship experience. Faisal also mentioned about that, but Faisal also mentioned about the this research facility that we have. We really have the really nice the world-class research facility and excellent faculty here in electrical and computer engineering department. So, thank you so much, Faisal. Okay. Now, I'd like to move on to the next stage, and I'd like to present an overview of the ECE Graduate Program. So, Johnson School was established in 1986, very young engineering school, but we are growing very, very rapidly. Now we have the several departments in engineering school, ECE and computer science, material science, mechanical engineering, and bioengineering, and systems engineering. Electrical and computer engineering has 3 graduate programs: electrical engineering, computer engineering, telecommunication engineering. And in this semester, total number of students in undergraduate program in our department is just around 900. And master's students, we have just around 287. PhD students, total number is 215 students. We are the largest PhD program at UTD campus, and we are one of the largest graduate program in ECE Graduate Program in the nation. In our department, we have the 40 tenure and tenure track faculty members and 12 non-tenure tenure track faculty member. And out of those faculty member, we have 15 Adjunct Fellows, National Academy of Inventors members, a lot of the outstanding the achievements through these faculty members. I'd like to share with you this internship information that 2020 and 2021, from our department, we have a total of 115 students got internships. In 2021 and 2022, we had 131 students got internships. Think about this. This is the peak of a pandemic, and that does not really change anything. So, we have 130 students got internships in each year. So if you look at this number, master students and PhD students really don't get internships that often. Most time, master students get internships. And then if you just look at this number, most of the students who want to get internship, they get internship. So that is the number that I can share with you, and one of the strong tradition of our electrical and computer engineering department. Our department ranking based on US News and World Report 2023, computer engineering and electrical and telecommunication engineering, we are ranked 47th and 51st in the nation, and 27th and 29th in public universities in the nation. And we are third Texas public universities after UT Austin and Texas A&M main campus, and UTD is next. We believe, based on our the excellent faculty and our research expenditures and number of PhDs generated and overall our quality of the program, we believe our ranking should be much higher than this, much better than this. But because we are so young, it takes some time to get this ranking reflected in reality. So I think our ranking will be getting improved more as time goes on. Another quick fact that I want to share is this is a little bit old, 2019 American Society of Engineering Education report, and this shows that number of masters in EE and masters in CE awarded in the nation. We are 9th largest program and 32nd largest program in the nation, and number of PhD in EE and CE, 5th largest in the United States, and CE 29th in the ranking in number of awarded PhD. Here is another data that I can share with you. This is Immigration and Customs Enforcement, one of the federal agency of the United States government. And this report is for 2021. And what it shows is the number of students participated in the optional practical training program in STEM. So this is not just showing the number of ECE, but overall engineering and science and technology and mathematics all together. And anybody who got optional practical training. So this is the number that University of Texas at Dallas student employed and authorization issued. This is number 2 in the nation. We used to be number 1 for many, many years, and Northeastern just surpassed us for 2021. So I believe the Northeastern University and UTD, it is just going back and forth, first and second, for several years to come. But once again, this shows how large our program is and how well connected our graduates are for U.S. industries. So, here's top employers of the UTD ECE graduate students. In our department, the Electrical and Computer Engineering department, our graduate students hired, and top employer of our graduate program is Intel Corporation. They hired whooping number 150 for past 5 years. In average, 30 students are hired by Intel. And Intel is followed by Qualcomm and Apple, AMD, Microsoft, Nokia, Qorvo, Microchip Technology, and including Texas Instruments here and many other companies. And because of the very strong the alumni network, I heard from some of our alumni saying that in our division, several people are from UTD ECE department, and some divisions are like nearly 40%, 50% from our department. So we have a very strong this alumni network, and once you join with us, then you need to you are encouraged to connect with the alumni through LinkedIn and other means. So some of the speakers already mentioned about this career services. Let me just turn this the voice of this Johnson Career Services, and you can hear the message.
Did you know that there's an office whose purpose is to help ECS students prepare to get a job? As an ECS student, you have the use of Johnson Career Services. Our internship coordinators are ready to help you prepare to get a job, whether an internship or a full-time position. We offer numerous workshops to support your job search from start to finish. From building your technical resume to preparing for interviews, we've got you covered. We're also happy to work with you individually on your resume and answer your job search questions. Each long semester, we offer internship fairs and we provide employer recruiting events throughout the year. If you have an internship related to your major, we even have classes that you can take for credit. Good luck on your job search, and please contact your internship coordinator for more information.
All right.
Did you know that?
So next, I'd like to present about the electrical engineering concentrations. There are 5 concentrations, as Dr. Bhatia mentioned: circuits, computing systems, devices, power electronics and energy systems, and signals and systems. And master's in electrical engineering requirement, it is 30 semester credit hours, and 9 semester credit hours are core courses, so 3 courses, and 7 courses, it is concentration electives or school-wide electives. So here is a circuits concentration. So in circuits concentration, you study design and analysis of advanced electronic circuits. And our circuits concentration is studying digital circuits, analog circuits, and RF circuits. We have the very large circuit center here. It is called TexACE, Texas Analog Center of Excellence, and it is supported by Semiconductor Corporation and TI. So in circuits concentration, we have 3 core courses: BSI design, analog IC, and RF and microwave circuits. And many of our graduates from circuits concentration get these, the employers right here. And in the devices concentration, we study semiconductor device modeling, quantum devices, plasma science, CNT, MEMS devices, nanoelectronics, and some biosensors and things like that. And 3 core courses are fields and waves, quantum physical electronics, and semiconductor processing technology. And they are well positioned in TI, Corbo, Lam Research, Raytheon, and so on and so forth. Power electronics and energy systems is also a very strong program in our department. So the focus of concentration is transportation, electrification, distributed power generation, energy storage management and harvesting, power electronics, motors and drives. And 3 core courses are power electronics, a general theory of electric machines, control, modeling, and simulation of power electronics. And signals systems is another the concentration in masters in electrical engineering, and we have again 9 semester credit hour core courses, and 6349 probability, random variables, and statistics. You must take this course for this concentration, and out of 3, you can choose 2: linear systems or digital communication systems and DSP1. So that will make the 3 core courses. And there are the 2 main thrusters in signals and systems, because it is pretty large, large bandwidth in this the concentration. So one thrust is communication, the other thrust is signal processing. So in communication side, you can study wireless communication, communication networks, and information theory. And signal processing side, you can study speech processing, image processing, and applied machine learning in signal processing. MSEE computing systems concentration. Again, we have the 3 core courses: advanced digital logic, computer architecture, and microprocessor systems are core courses. And MSCE, now it is the very much growing the program in our department. Masters in CE, we have 3 core courses. So this is slightly different. If you already looked at our catalog, this is slightly different. As Dr. Bhatia said, there is a major change in MSCE to reflect, all these changes in the society and the demand from the industry. So we changed this curriculum slightly, and we made the 2 concentrations. So now from fall 2023, Masters in Computer Engineering, 3 core courses include embedded systems, computer architecture, applied data structures and algorithms. So you must take these 3 core courses. And there are 2 concentrations in MSCE. So first concentration is applied machine learning concentration, and second concentration is embedded and BSI systems concentrations. So in applied machine learning concentration, there are a list of courses that you must take at least 3 courses here. So 3 core courses plus 3 courses here. Then you can take any other, the 4 other courses in any other choice, and you can get applied machine learning concentration and masters in CE. So courses are like machine learning and statistical methods in AI and machine learning and pattern recognition, multimodal deep learning, applications of machine learning in IC manufacturing. As you can see, all these are aligned with machine learning and AI. Embedded and BSI systems concentration, design and verification of reconfigurable systems, applied DSP, BSI design, BSI testing, physical design automation of BSI systems. Again, you need to take 3 courses out of this, and then 3 core courses. That makes 6. And then you can choose any 4 courses that you wish to take, and then you can get master's in computer engineering with concentration embedded and BSI systems. So this change in MSCE really aligned well for the demand from the industry and society. So increased in the interest of the this AI and machine learning, and Chips and Science Act that requires a lot of workforce development for semiconductor industry in the US. So embedded and BSI systems concentration also matches very well. The third graduate program that we have in ECE department is telecommunications engineering. Telecommunications engineering master's program is slightly different from other program, MSCE or MSEE. We have 5 core courses. So these 5 core courses, and after these 5 core courses, there are 5 elective courses. That makes the 10 courses. As you can see, this is focused on telecommunication. So algorithmic aspect of the telecommunication networks and telecommunication related core courses are there. So it is, so CS computer science courses and EE electrical engineering courses all combined together, just focusing on telecommunication side, that is MSTE. Now, I got to move on to talk a little bit more information, and then we will have the live Q&A. Before I proceed, here is the website that you can find most common the questions are answered here. So you can just click here, and then you can see most of the common questions answered. And here is a graduate handbook that you can look at our graduate handbook, and you can see all kinds of the things that you need once you join with us in UTD ECE as a graduate student. You can find most of the information in the graduate handbook. So this is FAQ page, frequently asked questions. So as you can see, application and deferment, change of programs, English proficiency, and GRE requirement, letter of recommendation, PhD, scholarships, and financial aids, all informations are here. So for quick overview about this FAQ, is GRE, TOEFL can be waived? The answer is no. The GRE is required for our application, and you can take the GRE at home if you have reliable internet connection. GRE is only waived for students who are coming from the countries that GRE is not available. Because of UN sanctions, some countries don't have access to GRE. So one of the examples is Iran, and Iran does not have the GRE is not available in Iran, and some specific situations like this we make an exception, but most of the cases we require GRE. It is because this is directly related to the ranking of our program. We want to maintain our ranking, and GRE is required. English proficiency, we accept a variety of the English proficiency test. So not just the TOEFL, IELTS is accepted and Duolingo is accepted. So if you don't have access to TOEFL, it is not convenient for you. You can always use other means of English proficiency. And English proficiency is nothing to do with the department. It is just a university requirement. And there is this minimum score there. If your score is below the minimum score, the university really does not consider your application at all, and it is not even coming to the department for review. So you need to must have this minimum score met, and then your application is forwarded to the department and it is reviewed. school code for this English proficiency reporting 6897 is here. Here is a list of English proficiency waived countries. These countries, their first language is English, so English proficiency is waived. So those countries include Canada, India, Ireland, Nigeria, Kenya, Philippines, of course, UK. And so we receive a lot of the emails about the application fee and other things like incomplete materials and deferment. So so if you got an alert or missing items and or hold, and once application document submission is completed, ECE reviews documents, and we do not upload documents. So questions on uploading and updating materials, you must contact Office of Admission and Enrollment. That office is very, very busy. And if you contact them and if you did not receive any response, then you can touch base with us and that will help you. So some applicants ask about the application fee waiver. Application fee is accrued by the university, not the department. So ECE does not have any authority to waive the fee, and only in the university regulation, only UTD students, US military personnel are eligible for fee waiver, and other cases, we have no authority to waive the fee. We often receive also this question, can I defer my admission? I got admitted, but I cannot join fall 23. Can I join spring 24, fall 24? Absolutely, yes. You can defer your admission online all for yourself. We cannot do it. Department cannot do it. You can do it all yourself in Galaxy application portal. You can do it. So click here and then you can find the those information. Deferment is allowed up to 1 year. If it is more than 1 year, you need to apply again. Okay, so please be sure to keep that in mind. So another common question is, I was admitted to electrical engineering program, or I was admitted to computer science program, and can I change it to computer engineering? Or I was admitted to CE, can I change it to EE? Well, electrical engineering, computer engineering, and telecommunication engineering, EE, CE, TE are different graduate programs. It is acknowledged by different graduate program by the state. So even though EE, CE, TE are all in one department, the ECE department, and we manage all these, the 3 programs, they are 3 separate graduate programs. And if you want to change from EE to CE or CS between these programs and TE, a new application is needed. Okay, so please be sure to keep that in mind. So for those who are admitted for fall 23, the most common question is, when should I arrive? And here's the information. The orientation is mandatory for any new students, and there are multiple orientations. So department orientation, you will be informed. You need to attend this department orientation. If you are coming from the foreign countries with F1 visa or other visas, international student orientation is there. You need to must attend the international student orientation. If you are PhD students and you are awarded TA or RA, there is a separate TA RA orientation. So keep you do not neglect, ignore any of those, and you must attend those mandatory orientations. First and in ECE department, we have a department orientation for new students, and you will be informed you must attend that orientation. So fall 2023 orientation will be virtual, and it'll be in sometime in late May, and you will be informed. And first day of classes, class of the fall 2023 semester is August 21st. And it is federal law, United States federal law, F1 students are allowed to arrive in the US 30 days prior to the program start date. So you can arrive here from July 22nd through August 21st. It is strongly encouraged that you plan ahead and arrive early enough so that you can settle in and you can take time and you can take care of the all the issues of the submitting official documents and those kind of things, and tuberculosis test should be done and it should be reported, and all those kind of things should be done in before the semester starts. So you need to plan ahead and plan to arrive early. All classes in fall 2023 is 100% in person, except probably one or two classes that is designated as online class in TE side. But most of the classes are, I can say 99 point something percent in person. And there is no option of taking classes online. Many questions about the TA and RA. TA appointments are yearly basis. So it is appointed for fall 23 and spring 24 and fall 24, spring 25, something like that. As you can expect, this is very competitive and priority is given to the PhD students. And faculty support is crucial. So if you want to be a TA, you need to contact faculty of your research interest, and the faculty should support your application. Without faculty's support, the chance of getting TA is nearly zero. So what you need to do is contact faculty of your research interest and get his or her support for your application. RA-ships is awarded by the faculty member depending on their research funding. So both TA and RA department does not have a separate pot of money to give the incoming students. It is all based on faculty recommendation and faculty's research support. I am associate department head for graduate program. We do not have separate money for TA and RA for giving away for highly qualified students. It is all distributed to each faculty, and so please keep that in mind. And if you are interested in TA RA ship, you need to talk to faculty of your research interest. Shashank mentioned about the scholarship, Johnson School Dean's Graduate Scholarship. It is $1,000 scholarship, but this $1,000 scholarship actually entitles you to pay in-state tuition instead of out-of-state tuitions. So this scholarship is very popular scholarship, and application for this scholarship is required. It is not, automatically considered. So your application and admission and this scholarship application is separate. So be sure to apply for this Dean's Graduate Study Scholarship. It is open now, and application is accepted now, and application is accepted until May 13th. But don't wait any longer at all. It is awarded rolling based. So the earlier that you apply, there is more higher chance that you can get this scholarship. Okay, so do not wait until May 12th, May 13th, something like that, and submit it. Maybe your chance will be much lower than you apply now. Okay. So earlier application is strongly encouraged. One thing that I want to clearly mention, the scholarship is merit-based. It is not need-based. we cannot evaluate your personal situation, personal financial situation. So it is all merit-based. So unfortunately, there is no established mechanism that we can assess and evaluate your personal situation. So we just only go with this merit. So what I mean by merit is high GPA and high GRE score. That is basically what is considered for the scholarship, scholarship awardees. So high GPA, GRE are crucial factors for this scholarship. Another financial aid is the fellowships. So fellowships, most of the deadline is January each year. Okay, so please click here and you can find the many fellowships here. I can tell you that this is not just the one or two awardees for each fellowship. There are some fellowships are very large. Okay, very big endowment, and it is selecting many fellowship recipients. So in every year, so this is the Johnson School, the entire engineering school. Okay, and so by the time you apply this fellowship, if you joined fall 23, then you took courses, you take courses here at UTD ECE, and that record is reflected in your application along with the previous institution's applications. So, maintain good academic performance. Once again, it is merit-based, and good academic performance is very, very important. Okay, so for scholarship and fellowships, don't neglect it, and it may be really financially rewarding. But once again, it is merit-based, and this is also merit-based. So work hard, and your hard work will be rewarded. For master's students, the degree requirements are outlined in the graduate catalog. This brings you to the graduate catalog. Once again, master's degree requires 30 semester credit hours. And what it means by 30 semester credit hours is the basically 9 semester credit hour, 3 courses. If you take 3 courses in fall and 3 courses in spring, that is 6. And 3 courses in summer, that is really then 9 courses and just 1 course left. So if you don't do anything and just take courses and fall, spring, and fall, and summer, probably just to take 1 course, then 10 courses is done. It is just like 1.5 a year. But most master's students want to take internships for better job placement. So most of our master's students take the 2 years, 2.5 years, or something like that, and they are placed in the job market much, much better. And like I showed you the numbers of internships that our students are getting. So most students, take this fall 23 and spring 24 courses. And then with those courses, they get summer internships. And then some people get their internships extended to the fall and, slightly delay their, graduation, but they are placed much better in job market. So that's typically what master's students are doing in our program. In master's degree students, you need to be familiar with the degree plan, and the degree plan, you need to submit a first semester degree plan and final degree plan. So first semester degree plan, you must submit it by the end of the first semester, but it is strongly recommended to submit when you register before the first semester. Even before you start your study here, you can submit this degree plan. And the final degree plan is the degree plan that by the end of 1 semester prior to graduation. So if you are going to graduate spring 23, then by the end of prior semester, that is fall 22. So fall 22, toward the end of fall 22, you can submit final degree plan. So these degree plans are very important for us to check your progress. So to do this, you must meet with your faculty advisor and get advised and approved and submit degree plan to this email address. This is a central email address for our ECE Graduate Program. I can tell you that the degree plan is not a binding contract. You can change the courses that you write down in the degree plan later. Not in the final degree plan. Final degree plan, it is just one semester before graduation, so there is no really any room for changing. But first semester degree plan, the courses that you listed in degree plan, you can change it later. You don't need to inform us, and it is fine. So every concentration has core courses and elective courses, and choose your classes carefully to maximize learning and graduate on time, and take required core courses as quickly as possible. This is strongly recommended. There are 3 core courses. There are 5 core courses in TE. You take core courses as soon as possible. Don't defer it to the last semester of your master's degree. Maybe there is something happened and that course may not be available. So as soon as it is available, your first priority is taking core courses first. Okay. For PhD students, you must find a research advisor as soon as possible. What I mean by as soon as possible, some PhD applicants, they contact their potential research advisor even before application. Once you applied and you got admitted, in our department, we don't have a separate pot of money to give TA or RA-ship to PhD students. It is all, once again, based on faculty recommendation. So you need to contact faculty of your research interest as soon as possible, before application, after your application, before your arrival. As soon as possible, you need to contact and get a faculty advisor as soon as possible. There is very small number of PhD students who arrive without any PhD advisor, but in the first semester, they usually get it. But you need to put your best effort and to make your case that I am very good and I am so enthusiastic about your research and I want to be a part of your team. So you need to make your case and you need to get faculty support. So once faculty says, oh, okay, I will accept you as my PhD student, that typically means that he or she will be support you as RA or the TA. Okay, so financially supported and become a part of a lab and being a PhD student, it is all coming together in one. Okay, it is not separate. Okay. For a PhD degree, you must complete a minimum of 75 semester credit hours beyond a baccalaureate degree. So if you are admitted without master's degree, there are not many, but if you are admitted to the PhD program without master's degree, you must take 30 graduate level semester credit hours, then minimum of 45 doctoral semester credit hours to be eligible for PhD degree. If you are admitted with a master's degree, regardless of your major, if you're admitted with a master's degree, you need to complete a minimum of 45 doctoral semester credit hours. And these doctoral semester credit hours can be combined with research hours and dissertation credit hours. We have time limit for master's students and PhD students. And master's students, you must graduate in 6 years, and PhD students must graduate in 10 years. If you stay longer than that, you are automatically dismissed from the university. Of course, no one wants to stay that long at all. It is just a state rule that that there is a limitation of time. And if you stay long in the PhD program, the university requires you to pay in-state, non-resident, out-of-state tuition, and so that will be significant penalty on getting delayed for your getting PhD. For PhD students, there is a form called Milestone Agreement Form. Master students, there is a degree plan, and PhD students, there is a Milestone Agreement Form. So you need to get familiar to those forms. For PhD students, you must pass doctoral qualifying exam, and there are two parts in the doctoral qualifying exam. The first part tests background knowledge by 2 graduate level courses taken at UTD, and part 2 tests research capability. So for these 2 courses, you must have the B+ or better grade, and these 2 courses are assigned by your PhD advisor. Students with a master's degree, they must pass qualifying exam within 3 long semesters. And students without a master's degree must pass this doctoral qualifying exam within 4 long semesters. And if you fail in the first attempt, then you can get the second attempt. And if you don't pass the second attempt in the qualifying exam, you are dismissed from our PhD program. After qualifying exam, there is a proposal and then dissertation defense. Here is the one universal rule for the graduate program. You need to know that your program GPA, core GPA, and overall GPA must be 3.0 or higher. If it is 3.0 or below for any overall GPA, core GPA, or program GPA, you will be placed in academic probation. And not having an overall 3.0 GPA for 3 consecutive semesters will result in being dismissed from the university. And you cannot repeat a course more than once, and no more than 3 courses are repeated. So this is just, just in case that you face issues about your academic programs. Unfortunately, there are some cases like this, and our office had to work with those students diligently to get out of the academic probation as quickly as possible. So, please be sure that once you are here, then study hard and focus on, and never be in the academic probation. That would be really disaster. Make sure official rules are followed. Don't ever say, I was told from my student, my friends, something like this, something like that, and I thought the rule says this and this. I assumed. Don't say that. All informations are publicly available, and if you are not so sure, you can ask your advisors or contact ECE Graduate Program at UT.edu. Then we'll provide official the answer. So don't assume anything. Okay. For new students, this is for the master students in fall 2023 and summer 2023. If you are interested in having a laptop, we have this laptop loaner program. So this is a brand new state-of-the-art Dell laptops. Our department purchased this for you, and it is more than $1,100 in value. And you can use these Dell laptops as long as you are you are in our program. So until graduation, you can keep it. So for summer 23, fall 23 new students, if you're interested in, just to let us know, and you can get this laptop and keep it until your graduation. This is only for master students. Why just for master students? Because PhD students, we believe that PhD students, whatever the research, the facility, including laptops, should be provided by the faculty, not from the department. Um, Once again, for fall 23 incoming students, the orientation will be virtual in late May, and you will be informed. And attending this orientation is mandatory. And if you don't attend, then there is an issue. So please be sure to plan ahead and attend, and let us know, inform us that if you cannot attend for any reason. After you attend the orientation, you can meet with your faculty advisor to get advice, and then your course registration form will be approved, and you can register for courses even before you come here in person. So sometime in early June, you can register for courses for fall 23. For master students, this is the best time for you to submit first semester degree plan. And once again, degree plan is not a binding contract, and you can change it later if you really have to. Here are some other online resources for ECE students, the catalog and graduate student resources webpage. And I believe that's all I have. So this is the end of the presentation, and I will open this floor for any questions. Once again, if you did not RSVP or did not receive any email about RSVP and you are here, please write down your full name without abbreviation and your personal email address in the chat box. Then we will send this slide set as soon as this webinar is over. We'll send you, and we'll connect you for any further information later. So please write your full name and personal email address in the chat box. All right. Now, this now floor is open for any questions. So if you have any questions, just turn your camera on and microphone on and just go ahead and ask. I believe so there are Q&A for in the chat box. So let me see. So it is not easy to see all the chat box. So can some of you who asked the questions in the chat box and your answer is not, your question is not answered, then you can just turn your microphone on and ask a question. Anybody?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thanks for your appealing introduction to UTD. And forget my directness, the most important question for me is whether the CE PhD program is fully funded for PhD studentship applications. Whether it's fully funded.
Like I said, our PhD program, it is depending on the faculty. So PhD students, you get, did you get admission?
I already see my offer about I already received my offer on February 9th.
So you get admission offer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So admission and financial support is separate in our department. So some other universities, they have this PhD. Once you are admitted, then they have some kind of the supporting mechanism. UTD, it is different. So in UTD, in our department, admission and financial support is separate. So you asked if it is a fully funded program. Answer is no, and you need to contact faculty of your research interest, and then you need to be accepted by one of our faculty, and that faculty needs to provide to you either RA or TA.
But if I successfully apply all the funding and research, whether will be cover up the cost of the residential cost and the tuition fee.
Oh, PhD students, tuition is automatically waived.
Oh.
So once you get RA or TA, we have this monthly stipend. Okay, roughly it is around 2,000 or something like that. That will be reasonably, not big, but reasonably, enough to cover some basic life here. And tuition is 100% waived for PhD students once you are supported.
Oh, I understand. Thanks for your answer.
Yeah.
Goodbye. It's very late for me.
So
It's very late
please
for me.
put your best effort to get your the faculty advisor as soon as possible. Okay. So when you contact the faculty advisor, prepare yourself like this job. You're going into the job market. Okay. So prepare your CV very well and show your case, make your case that I really want to be your PhD students, and I am very confident that I will be a good PhD students. You need to support me, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I sent some of the professor lists on the website the email to make contact with them, but at least for now, none will reply me.
Okay. Just like the job search, nothing is easy. Okay, so take time and put your best effort. Okay.
Oh,
I I can tell you that I was a student 30 years ago. I was exactly in the same situation. Nothing is guaranteed to me. Okay. When I talk to the faculty in the university that I applied, I didn't get any reply, and I was
the
frustrated.
faculty workers actually reply me, but the professor not. Professor's not. I try to.
Exactly.
All the people who reply me is from the faculty workers, not the professors who teach me.
So, you know, um, so that's why I am sharing my personal story. So, uh, it's not that easy, but I went through it, and I'm here. Um, so now, if I tell you from the perspective of faculty, I have in my lab, I have 22 PhD students graduated from my lab. Okay. And when I accept PhD students, this is really a big commitment, from my side, because when I accept the PhD students, I have to find some fund to support that student for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. This is a big burden. You know what I'm saying?
I
If you
understand.
have the 4 students, 5 students, and I have to find that much money, and every faculty, this is a big commitment. So that's why it is not that easy. So that's why I am saying that you need to put your best effort and contact every possible faculty with your best effort. Okay. So
So the faculty advisor is just like an employer, right?
yeah, advisor is just the employer. Okay.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah. So thanks for your
Yeah,
question, Jin. Okay.
yeah, that's all I want to know. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Any other question from anyone else?
Good evening, Professor.
Sure.
Hello,
Yep.
can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I
Yeah,
can hear
good
you.
evening. Sir, I contacted one of the professors from the university. Hello.
Yes.
I contacted one of the professors from the university, and this was the reply that I got, like, thank you for your interest. At this time, I do not have any paid positions for foreign scholars. If you can support yourself, I'll be happy to have you visit us as a visiting scholar. So can I take that as acceptance for guiding? So I
Are you a PhD student or master student?
PhD student.
Okay. Um, you know, so since I did not, I am not one who replied like that. So maybe you can ask directly to the faculty. You know,
No,
what
I
does
was
it
in a
mean
dilemma.
by, yeah? Say that again.
Like, sir, uh, I was in a dynamo, like whether it is accepting me as a scholar or it's just a general reply.
So once again, I think you need to directly talk to that faculty what it
Yeah,
really means.
sure,
Okay.
sure, sir. Okay. And one more question, sir. Like
Sure.
as you just told you just now, like when we get TA after coming there, is there any possibility that the tuition fee can be waived completely for PhD scholars?
PhD students, TA and RA tuition is completely waived.
Okay, okay, okay.
So you are not paying anything. And so basically for TA, RA, once you are appointed as TA or RA, you
Hmm.
will get monthly stipend.
Ah,
Your tuition is completely waived and your health insurance is also covered. So there is
okay,
nothing else in your expense. Okay.
okay, okay. And one more
So
question, sir. Sorry for
sure.
repetition. Like, do we have any prerequisites? Like, we have to clear any like research methodology or any other subjects like that for the scholars in the first semester?
That you need to discuss with your faculty advisor.
Okay,
And if you take courses, there are specific prerequisites there.
okay,
Okay. So it is just depending on which courses you are taking,
okay,
and you need to go with the prerequisites. If you think that you have a good background in the prerequisites, you can provide the evidence, and that will be waived.
okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your question, Mohan.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Professor. My question is that if a PhD student does not get any TA or RA, then his or her tuition fee is waived, or like he or she have to pay.
Um, Only the supported students, the tuition is waived.
Okay.
So once again, for any PhD student, you're you need to put your best effort to get faculty advisor as soon as possible. It is directly related to your finance, and it is directly related to your progress toward your PhD degree. So getting your PhD advisor is most important thing now.
Okay, thank you. I got
Thank you,
my
Tassim.
answer.
Thank you, Tassim.
Hello, Hello, Professor. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you give an idea of the score range which may be considered as high GRE scores to secure the Johnson School Dean Scholarship?
Very good question. Uh, there is no set number. So it is holistically reviewed. What I mean holistically reviewed is first GPA and GRE quantitative score. And if there is any record, the good award or scholarships in before and any achievements or paper or something like that, all these kind of things, three things are considered. So there is no specific number that I can tell you, okay? But GRE quantitative score, 170 is typically the maximum score. Any number gets close to that, you have the better and better chance. Not all scholarship awardees are getting 169, 168. There are people who get scholarships with because of the other records. There is a little bit of this, uh, the variations in the score range. So um, I can tell you that much. I cannot tell you that 160 is good score, 165 is a good score, 167 is good score, 168 you will definitely get it. I cannot tell you like that because it is reviewed by the committee, and committee members, their view is slightly different from one to another, but it is the department wants to be just sure that the holistically review the GPA, GRE, and other records. It is all holistically reviewed, just like the application review, but much higher quality in scholarship selection. Did I answer your question, Malia?
Yeah, I got the answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, Professor. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good morning. How are you, Professor?
Pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Professor, I had a question related to TA and RA. So, I have got the idea that I have to manage a professor who will support me for my TA or RA, and I will work hard for it. As I have already got the admission offer for fall 23. But if unfortunately I can't manage the TA or RA offer, can I defer my admission for spring 24 and in the middle of this time I try to manage the professor. Will it work in this way?
That's absolutely fine. You can defer until the semester starts. So defer your admission to spring 24. If you cannot get PhD advisor, you can defer up to 1 year. So fall 24, you can defer 1 year and to fall 24 and try to get your PhD advisor, something like that. That is perfectly fine. Once again, but put your best effort to get your PhD advisor sooner. And unfortunately, some reasons that you cannot get it, then sure, that suddenly you can defer, and that is the one of the ways.
Okay, thank you, Professor. Very nice to talk to you.
All right, thank you.
Hi, Dr. Lee.
Yes.
You can hear me.
Can you speak up?
I just had one question. Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to know, I understand that the Dean's scholarship and, of course, the TA or RA position by the professor can be a source of funding for potential PhD students. So are these two the only means that are available to us for securing a funding, or are there any others that I haven't heard?
Very good question. So Dean's scholarship and TA and RA, and there are fellowships. Okay. So this scholarship is mostly for new incoming students, and this is typically most students awarded, or in our department it is for master students. Okay, so master students are mostly considered for Dean's scholarship, and once you're awarded, then out of state tuition becomes in-state tuition. TA and RA, mostly it is for PhD students. Okay. And very small number of PhD students may be considered for Dean's scholarship. But mostly Dean's scholarship is for masters and TA and RA are for PhD students. Third, fellowship. The fellowship, there are many fellowships. It is only after you got here and based on the record here at UTD that you can apply for fellowship. Okay. So
Okay.
All around, it is all merit-based. So maintain your good academic record to increase your chance.
Okay, so as I understand it, for a potential PhD student, the only means of funding that is available as for an incoming student will be the TA and RA positions that is offered by a professor.
That is correct. That is highly likely. That is the case. And very, very small number of PhD students are considered for graduate dean's scholarship in the incoming semester because it is targeted mostly for master students.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Lee. I understand you, and thank you for your presentation.
Thanks a lot for your question, Melvin.
Good morning, Professor.
Yes.
Yeah, so regarding the same thing, I'm a prospective master student, incoming master student. And if at all I apply for the scholarship, am I eligible for TARA after that?
Like I said, for master students, the chance of getting TA or RA-ship is very, very minimal, nearly zero. Because in our department, priority for TARA is given to PhD students. So for master students, typically what we encourage is that, get this Johnson School Dean's Scholarship when you join with us and work hard in 1 year and get summer internships, and that will make you financially stable until graduation, things like that. That is typically the what we are recommending. So if you apply for TA, yeah, you can fill out the application form, but likely there is the chance is very, very low for master students for TA position.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you for your question.
Good morning, Professor.
Sure. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I have this doubt regarding the academics. So if we take the courses from a particular concentrations, for example, circuits, so can I fulfill the remaining elective mandatory thing from other concentrations, like from digital systems?
Very, very good, very, very good questions. So if you choose Masters in Electrical Engineering Circuits concentration, there are 3 core courses and 7 courses that you need to take to make minimum the requirement for 10 courses, 30 semester credit hour for master's degree. So once you take these 3 core courses, the 7 courses, although it says, it is recommended to take some the elective courses in the concentration, there is no firm rule that you must take these courses from here, you must take courses from here. It's very flexible. So you take these 3 core courses, basically you have freedom of 7 courses taking any other courses from signals and systems, computing systems, devices, you choose, and nothing blocks you.
Okay, Professor, thank you.
So our program is really flexible in that way. What is required is just in MSEE, 3 core courses, that's it. And other is very flexible. MSCE, 3 core courses and 3, courses from that list, then the rest of the courses, it is up to you, something like that. And MSTE, 5 core courses, and the other 5 courses, it is up to you. It is it designed in that way. It is flexible. Okay.
Good morning, Professor. I have one more question.
Sure.
For the PhD students, do we have any application to apply for TA in advance prior to joining in the university, or once you join, then you have to apply?
Oh, actually, for continuing student and the students who got admitted earlier, there is always window of this application of a TA. That is February 1st to February 15th each year. So that window is already over. But if you got admitted, the later, you know, you can always talk to the faculty of your research interest, and if faculty wants to hire you as a TA, then there is a way that they can handle this, okay? And they can let you fill out the application, and TA award committee review your file later, not in that window. Okay, there is a window, but for new students, as long as one of our department faculty member wants to hire you, have you as a PhD student, and want to support you as a TA, there is a way.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So be encouraged. And the window is already closed, and I cannot be a TA. No, you can. It is really up to it's really up to the decision of the faculty. So make your case, and so get selected. Okay.
Thanks for your suggestion, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for your question, Mohan.
Good morning.
Hello, I have a question.
Sure.
When you do the PhD program, are you able to take courses in other, I guess, departments? Like, can you take a course in the mechanical engineering department or other colleges?
Very good questions. For PhD students, you need to really talk to your PhD advisor. Okay. So there is no rule that blocking you to take courses from other departments. So by university rule, there is nothing blocks you. But PhD students, PhD advisor, it is really close relationship. You need to talk to your PhD advisor, and it's better for you to get an approval from your advisor to before taking action.
But it is possible, yes.
Of course, it is possible. Answer is yes. Nothing blocks you. So what I'm trying to say is that, even though you can take it, I think it is better for you to talk to your PhD advisor and discuss and get a blessing from your PhD advisor to take that class, rather than, oh, you took that class? Why? You know what I mean? So the relationship between the PhD student and PhD advisor is mentor and mentee. You need to share anything and everything. Okay.
Good morning, Professor. Am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So, how many people do get offered the dean's scholarship? Is there any specific, like an approximate number?
I cannot give you the number, but it is not small. Okay.
Okay. And another question, once we apply for this scholarship, when can we expect the results for this?
Like I said, it is rolling based. So if
Okay.
you apply now, So it is just opened. This scholarship application is just opened probably like by end of March or something like that. Probably the first round of awardees are selected from our department, and so awardees will be informed. And if you don't hear by the end of the early March, early April or something like that, it is not over because the application is over by March 13th, May 13th. I'm sorry, May 13th. So we need to give the chances for late applicants. So probably it will be 2 rounds of awardee selections or 3 rounds of awardee selections. So only awardees will be informed because we cannot say that the first round of review and those who are not selected cannot be considered for the second round or third round. So only awardees will be informed for first, second round, like that. Okay. But you can expect something like the earliest awardee notification. Probably it is like early April.
Okay, okay. And another one, like once we get an admit from the university, like until when can we accept it? Like, is there any specific deadline or something?
There is no university specified deadline. It is just encouraged that you make your decision as early as possible and accept the offer. Uh, and once again, you accepted the admission. It does not mean that it is not a binding contract or it is not legal document. So you know there is no reason not to accept the offer, from our perspective. But everybody everybody can think differently. So it is strongly recommended that you accept the offer as soon as possible.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Professor. Thanks for your patience and very wonderful presentation.
I wish you to accept the offer and you come here as soon as possible. Okay, we have a very good program. Like I said, we
Yes,
have
yes, sure, sure.
excellent
I just had a query, so that's why I just asked you. Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
I have another question. If you work say like in a research and development company, is it possible for you to do your PhD while I guess not having, or I guess having a PhD advisor but doing your research at that company that is doing research and development opportunities? Is that also possible instead of working like in the lab with the professor?
Absolutely. So sometimes people say the part-time PhD students or something like that. In my personal experience, I had two PhD students coming from local industry, Raytheon and TI, and they have done the R&D work in their company, and they made small projects that is worthy of a PhD and continually work with me. But most of the work is done in the industry, and I just talk with them for publications and new ideas and things like that. So their work, as long as the company approves the work, and it is worthy of a PhD, that suddenly it can be done, and I have done it I have my personal own experience, two PhDs from my lab. They were full-time employee at TI and Raytheon. Did I answer your question, Ramon?
Yes, thank you very much.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Professor.
Yes.
Yeah, I was wondering if there are any fellowship or scholarship opportunities for students who got an RA offer as well?
Oh, once you get an RA offer, you are not eligible for anything else. Fellowship is yes. Fellowship is separate. Okay. Scholarship and the RA and TA, no, it is not coming together.
Okay, okay. Of the fellowships that I can apply to, I mean, one can apply to, even if you have an RA ship, you still can apply for those fellowships as well. That's correct, right?
Once you are RA or TA, you cannot apply for scholarship, but fellowship, you can apply for it.
Okay, Professor. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Some fellowships, it is $1,000 fellowship, some $3,000, some $5,000, and it is not coming with that, out of state tuition converted to in-state tuition. Fellowship is just money. Scholarship, $1,000 is small money, but it entitles you to be eligible for in-state tuition. So scholarship and fellowship, it's kind of separate. So PhD students, RA and TA, you can still apply for fellowships, depending on your academic record. Okay.
I've got one more question, Professor. What's usually considered for when they check if you're eligible for a fellowship? What's the criteria for that?
Oh, it is academic record, and your if PhD students, it is your research record. So once you join our program and you maintain very good GPA, and then your research progress is fast and good in quantity and quality. Something like you publish papers in journals and one or two or three, something like that, in rather short time. That is good record, and then it is considered for fellowships. So if you look at the fellowships, there are slightly different the criteria for each fellowship. So I strongly recommend you to read carefully those the criteria and apply for the fellowships that meets most of the your background for fellowship.
Sure, Professor. Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
Good day, Professor. Am I audible to you?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So first of all, I'd like to thank you for the great presentation before this. So now, first thing, I'm sorry if I missed this during your presentation, but I think that there was not much of a detail regarding how long the orientation will be. So how many days, or if it is hours, like how many hours will it be, Professor?
Oh, it is so thank you for your question. The orientation, the department orientation, it is just like a 1.5 hour, 2 hours in virtual, just like this webinar. It'll be just like that. And after attending that virtual orientation, you know who to contact for registering courses and things like that. And then you can contact the faculty advisor, and you can get advice and register for courses and move on. So orientation, basically department orientation, it is like 1.5 hour or 2 hours virtually. International orientation, likely there are online option and offline option. The both options are available. It is not all day event at all.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay. And so from what I understand from the presentation, so even after attending the orientation and then probably discussing with the advisor, there is, so if I understand correctly, there is still no binding contract to actually start my course, right?
No binding contract. No binding contract. So some students register for courses. So for this year, so we will have orientation in close to end of May. So you can register courses in early June, and the semester starts in August the 21st. So more than 2.5 months is later, right? And for some reason, your personal reason, and you have to defer your admission or something like that, the fall 23 admission, it'll be just disappeared, and just you can just once you deferred, then you can come in spring 24. There is no issue whatsoever because it is not a binding contract.
Okay, okay. And I'd like to ask just one more thing, Professor. So, with respect to the Department of ECE, how exactly is the department's research into fields like electric vehicles? So, of course, right now in the US is quite the leader of this segment as far as I can see. So, what does UT Dallas do with respect to the electric vehicles, Professor?
We have a very, very good faculty. You'll be surprised at how good quality of our faculty is in power electronics and systems, energy systems. We have a very good faculty. So they are working on electrification of the vehicular technologies and those kind of things. And you can find the really good faculty here. And some of our graduate students are hired by Tesla and other companies. We have a good power program, I can tell you.
Okay, okay. That's all I have, Professor. Thank you very much for your patience in clearing this up. Thank you.
For your question, Shreyas. Any other questions from anyone else?
Good morning, Professor. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So my query is regarding application decision. For master students, till when we can expect the decision from the university?
Oh, can you say that again? So
For master students, till when the students can expect decision from the university?
the admission decision.
Yeah.
Oh, so usually, it takes like anywhere between 2 weeks to 1 month to get your application reviewed, and you will automatically informed once the decision is made. And fall 23 application deadline, regular application deadline is May 1st. So, so once you complete your application submission, then you can expect somewhere between 2 weeks and 1 month. When did you submit your application?
It's by December 2nd.
Oh, and you did not hear anything yet?
Yeah.
Oh, why don't you, Patricia, are you here?
Yes, I just wrote the email. I just wrote
Okay.
the chat address.
So Patricia just wrote in the chat box that email address. Why don't you just go ahead and fill out your application number and name to that email address, and it will be informed you why it is delayed. Maybe your application package is not complete. If it is complete, maybe there is something that is completely fall in the crack or something. It cannot be like this long at all. So please email us, and it will be followed by our staff very quickly. Okay.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.